In this example, we're looking at how the value of a piece of land changes over a number of years. So it was initially bought for £150,000 in 2010. It's appreciated in value, which means the value's gone up by 7.5% every year for 5 years. So we're asked now, what was the land worth after these 5 years? So as we've seen before, we don't actually have to write this line of working, but I think it's really good to just be crystal clear what's going on here, because our initial value, our 100% starting amount, has been increased by 7.5%, so we've now got 107.5% of our initial value, which if we convert that to a decimal by dividing by 100 gives us 1.075. Now, putting this little bit of working down means that you'll never make a mistake when it comes to creating your decimal, and it can sometimes be a wee bit tricky when we have percentage values like this that are have a decimal in them themselves. So I think this is a good little foolproof way of making sure you get the right decimal here to use through in our calculation. Now, the initial amount was 150,000. If we multiply that by our 1.075, what that'll do is add 7.5% on to 150,000. So this would give us the value of the land after 1 year. But of course, we want to repeat this cycle 5 times, so we could multiply by 4 more times by 1.075, but to save writing all that out and typing all that in, we can raise that to the power 5. So the index here, the little number called an index here, is the same as the number of years that this process is going on for. And if you key this into your calculator, you'll get 215,344 and 39 pence with some other stuff there, which if we round that like we were asked to do to the nearest thousand, so little wavy line there means approximately to the nearest thousand, this thing rounds, well, 215,000 to 300 tells us to round to 215,000 pounds to the nearest thousand. Another way of thinking about that rounding, of course, is that we've rounded here to 3 significant figures. So 100,000, 10,000 and the thousands columns all have a digit in them that tells us about the value of this number. That's the 3 significant figures. The zeros here, they're not significant, they're not classed as being significant, they're just placeholders. They need to be there to give us an idea of the size of the number, but they don't tell us anything about the accuracy. So that's rounded to the nearest thousand, or in other words, to 3 significant figures.